It smells really good.
Hey yo, welcome to the wonderful world of Hungry Heath. I am not a classically trained chef. What I am is a self-taught home cook. I studied under several television chefs. I have a PhD from YouTube University and a black belt in Google Food. I love to cook. The only thing I love more than cooking is my wife, the sensational Shelly, also known as the Warden. Together we host what we like to call the Friday Night Feast. This happens every Friday night, 6:30 Central. We cook up an entree, make up little snacks, show you how to do it, then we spend our evening just chewing the fat with all of our friends in the Hungry Horde. Hope you get tuned in sometime. We'd love to have you over for dinner. So today's recipe is actually from her madness. She's like a mad genius in this kitchen.
I would even say that. I kind of was inspired.
Yeah.
So y'all know I like Donna Schwenk, and she sent out a pumpkin custard. And I was like, ooh, I could keto-fy that, make a few little tweaks to the recipe. And that's what we have here. Now, I did set this for the October Cookalong. So if you are a channel member, you already got to see this, or you're watching it for the first time before everybody else. And so we're going to have our monthly Cookalong. Make sure you look for that email for that information. And if this is in November, well, guess what? This was October's Cookalong. So Make sure you join as a channel member, because we do it every month. I have so much fun doing this, creating some type of recipe. And then we have a live where we can cook together and chit-chat and just hang out as friends. It is so much fun. So just hit that join button, and you can be part of this as well. And then plus, it supports our channel, which is amazing. So this is a pumpkin custard with a kefir whipped topping. Now I'm saying kefir, but if you don't have kefir or kefir cheese, really, it's kefir cheese. Mm-hmm. If you don't have that, you can just use heavy cream. It's fine. And I go over that with y'all. But this is so good, perfect for the holidays right now. This would be a great recipe. I hope y'all really do try it and love it as much as we do, because I've already done a test batch, and then now we're doing the for reals.
Right.
All right. Well, let's show them.
About it. Let's eat it.
Well, let's show them how to make it first, and then we'll eat it.
All right. If we must, y'all need to learn to do this too, I guess. Get it.
So we're going to get started by whipping all of this together plus the eggs. So I'm going to do my pureed pumpkin. I'm using coconut cream, some vanilla, and then I've got 3 eggs. In the meantime, I've already got my oven preheated to 350. So there is, I have under a half of a cup. So somewhere between a third and a half of a cup. To me, the sweetener, you adjust to your liking. If you like something more sweet, or maybe you're cooking this and sharing this with non-keto, low-carb folks, add a little more sweetener. You know, I would say the full half cup. If you are someone and you're like, I don't really like it that sweet, then, I mean, you can even do a third of a cup, and, I mean, between 4 servings, it's going to be plenty. And you just want to, like, really mix that up. So the pumpkin spice seasoning and the brown Swerve kind of mix together there. And then also add a little bit of salt right now. Just like a pinch of salt. A pinch to like a half a teaspoon of salt. And I'm just going to grab my salt, y'all. Look, there's Sam. He's got to officiate here to make sure. There we go. And I'm going to add a little more of the pumpkin spice. There we go. Really stir that well. And then we're going to add it to the pumpkin batter. It smells really good. Got it all in the bowl. And now I'm going to add my whisk to this. Oh. There we go. Alright. Of course, make sure you pull your little spatula out. Now, I like the coconut cream because it's a good amount of fat. And I feel like it adds a good little flavor to it. Just a slight hint of the coconut. And now while this is going, just going to do that for about 2 to 3 minutes till it's well combined, kind of light and whipped up. You want to go ahead and have your ramekins set up, and I've got them in. You see the dish is actually a little taller than my ramekins, and you'll want to get some water, preferably like warm water or room temperature water. You don't want to start off with cold, and you'll fill these halfway up, and that's just to ensure that the custard cooks evenly. And so got that all set up. I'll get my pitcher of water here in a second. And then I'm going to do, while that's whipping up, I'm going to mix my brown swerve and my pumpkin spice together. Now, if you don't have pumpkin spice, you can do cinnamon, ginger, cloves, and add each of those spices independently. And I'll put both of it in the description. Okay, on the second setting of the KitchenAid, so not the lowest, the next one up, but you don't want it to like splatter. Just add that sweetener and seasoning. Make sure it mixes well. Now I can speed it up just a little bit. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to fill my ramekins. And here are my 4 ramekins. So they are 8-ounce ramekins. And I like to fill them pretty full, because this really won't expand much. Oops, maybe drip a little, that's fine. And then we're going to bake these, again, with the water in here, and we'll bake them for about 50 minutes, 45 to 50 minutes. Alright, then I'll just scoop out the rest of that, and it should be perfect, y'all. And yes, that's my same mixing bowl. I just go ahead and wash the bowl, and then fill it with, you know, fresh water. Oops. And, I mean, why not? Why dirty or wet another bowl? It wouldn't be dirty, but since it's already out, right? So that looks like it is about halfway up. Looks good. And then you see, perfect for 4. This one I overfilled a tad, which would have went to this one. That's fine. He can have the overfilled one. But doesn't this look so good? And this is going to be awesome for the upcoming holidays. I know it's pumpkin flavored. That ain't everybody's flavor. Shout out Shauna. But that's okay. I know a lot of people do enjoy pumpkin, especially around Thanksgiving and Christmas. So now you've got a recipe you can try out. And if you are a kefir fan, make sure you stay tuned. I'm going to show you why I put kefir in the title. It has been 50 minutes. I checked at 45 and I was like, okay, it needs another 5 minutes just to kind of get a little bit of browning on top. And see, it's kind of spongy now. That's what I'm going for. I mean, look how good they are. I pushed that at the 45. That's why you see a little indent there. Now, couple of tips. Because this is really heavy with that water. And at this point, it's very hot water. So, even when you first put it in the oven, like I added the water, then placed it in the oven. An alternative is you put the Ramekins in, the empty dish, put it in your oven, and then add the water. And then that way you're not it's not gonna be so heavy that you drop it. And then when it's done, instead of pulling the whole thing out, if that's too heavy, just use your oven safe glove and pull out each of these separately. And then that way you don't spill it on yourself, y'all, because it is heavy. And then what you want to do after it's done with your oven safe gloves, so you can either put it on a wire rack or just remove it from the water because we don't want it to keep cooking, and put it somewhere where they can, dry off naturally. And that's why your option is you could take just those out of the oven and leave that in there to cool off. And then we'll just dispose of that at a later point. So I just put it here for now because I'm filming. But I'm going to take them out and I'll put them on a cooking sheet just so some air flows around it all and let it cool down. Alright, now I am going to use Kefir Cheese because, we're trying to up that gut health. Now, if you don't have Kefir Cheese, because I know that's not available to everyone, then you could definitely use just heavy cream and you're going to whip that up. So I'm going to add a half a cup. That should be a generous topping for all of them. Now, a sweetener. So you decide on the sweetener you want. I think this really plays well doing a maple stevia. Just put a few drops there, to your liking, basically. And then I'm just going to add some cinnamon, just some ground cinnamon. It'll give it a nice color. You don't want too much of that. And then you're just going to whisk this up. Now, if your Kefir cheese is really thick, like this one, you can always add a little bit of kefir whey to it. But I'll just whip this up and then put this in the fridge. And when we're ready to eat or serve our custards, we'll top it with this. Wasn't that so simple and easy, y'all? And this is something you can make ahead of time. So, like with the holidays coming up, such as Thanksgiving and Christmas, you don't have to rush making it that same day. You can make it ahead of time, and it's just a great dessert to have.
All right.
Well, let's go ahead and taste it.
I gotta get a big old bite, too.
It looks so good, y'all. So creamy. And all I do is that whipped topping, you just put what you want, however much you want on top. So you put as little or as much as you want.
That is amazing. Divine.
It's so pumpkin-y. And I like using the coconut cream because it adds a good amount of fat to it. And I believe that helps make it so creamy and smooth. And then the whipped kefir topping, it just has that, kefir has that little bit of tanginess. And I like that tanginess with this as well. It's such warm flavors. To me, pumpkin spice is very warming when you use that.
Very inviting.
So I'm guessing you like it.
It's all right. I need like 2 or 3, and then I'll know for sure. It's just an idea.
Well, I hope you all do try this recipe and you like it just as much as we do.
And if you don't like it, I'll come eat yours too. It's that good. This stuff is amazing. But you hit it out of the park again, babe.
Oh, thanks. Well, thank y'all so much. If you enjoyed this type of content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because every week rather, we put out some good recipe videos, and plus you can follow along. He has multiple sclerosis, so every week he talks about how that's working for him and what he's doing to manage his MS. And then every Wednesday, I check in with y'all, and you never know what's going to be on the Warden Report, y'all, so make sure you tune in to that as well. But thank y'all
so much. And then every Friday night, like I was telling you, every Friday night, 6:30 Central, we go live for the Friday night feast. Cook up an entree, make a couple little snacks, show you how to do it, and then we spend our evening just chewing the fat with all of our friends in the Hungry Horde. And she was saying, too, with their Cookalong, that goes anywhere from 3 to 4 hours. Depends on who all tunes in and what y'all get to talking about. It's all about y'all.
It really is.
Our channel members are our lifeblood, honestly. Y'all are amazing. We love you guys so much. Thank you for everything.
Definitely feels like friends and family. Yes. Like, I look forward to that so much, and I know one person says in the October one that they probably won't make it, except if I miss their face, and I'm like, of course I'm going to miss your face. I look forward to seeing our channel members every single month, that it's like an opportunity.
I feel like we're best friends with all of y'all, really.
Yeah, and it feels like an opportunity where I get to actually see your face. Now, you don't have to be on camera, like nobody is forced to do that, but if you do want to be on camera, then I like it, because I like to see your beautiful faces.
I mean, it's fun when y'all tune in on Fridays and we get to see y'all typing and texting to us and everything in the comment section, but it's more fun, honestly, during our cook-along, and we're doing it live.
Yeah, because we just shoot the breeze with everybody. Well, thank y'all so much again for tuning in. And if you'd like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. We really appreciate it. Leave us a comment. And thank y'all. And stay tuned to see all of our wonderful channel members. Again, thank you so much for your ongoing support. We really, really do appreciate it, y'all. Bye.